All right, so this is my husband. He will be joining us today. I do have some blocks here as well as a strap. If you do not have blocks or a strap, as I've said in previous Zoom meetings, you can go ahead and get yourself either a book or maybe use a towel or use something else that better suits you. We are going to start this morning in child's pose. So toes will come to touch, knees wide, reach your fingertips out towards the front of the mat. And then just drop your head down, maybe just swaying the head from side to side or just finding a bit of stillness here. Just allowing the breath to flow naturally, scanning the head all the way down to the toes. Just checking in where you may be holding a little tension, maybe something you created overnight, right? Or maybe something you just woke up with. We'll take about 4 more full breaths here. And then take your hands and walk them over towards the right side. Option to stack left hand on top of right, just finding some length through side body. And then travel back in towards center, over towards that opposite side. Walk your hands to the left. Option to stack the palms. Head drops down here. And then come back through center. Just hold there. Spread the fingertips nice and wide. Last few breaths. And then take the hands and walk them back towards you as you sit onto your heels. Narrow the stance of the knees until they're only about fist distance apart. We're just going to roll out through the wrist. Take your hands out in front of you, create fist, and then just roll the wrists in a circle, and then switching the direction. And then finding stillness, take your right palm, turn it away, take your left hand, hold on to the fingertips, and then just press the fingers towards the elbow. And then we'll switch to the opposite hand, same thing over towards that left. Think about drawing the elbow up towards the sky, fingertips down and back. And then interlace the fingers. You're going to take the hands and reach them up over the head. Palms turn up. It's a little hinge over towards the right side. And then draw through center, find a little bit more length, hinge it over towards that left side. And then come back through center, one full breath. On the exhale, draw the palms to the top of the mat. Situate yourself into a tabletop. Spread the fingertips nice and wide. Hips in line with the heels, or hips in line with the knees. Inhale as you look up, drop the belly, hold it there. And then exhale, we round, press the mat away. 2 more times. Inhale as you look up. Exhale and round. Last time. Inhale, full breath. Exhale and we round. Finding that neutral spine, you're going to tuck your toes under and lift the knees up only to a hover here. You're going to start to feel that core engagement. Think about pressing back through the heels. So it's a little bit of stretch through the ankles. 1 more breath. And then we lift it high and back, downward facing dog, pedaling from side to side, shifting the weight. And then finding stillness, press the chest back towards the thighs. Couple breaths just like this. We'll check the alignment, shift the weight forward into a plank. Shoulders should be in line with the wrist perfectly without having to move the feet or the hands. And then we lift it high and back, downward facing dog. Walking all the way to the top of the mat, you're at a forward fold. Take your time to get there. Find a halfway lift, interlace the fingers behind your back, palms touch, and then exhale, we drape the chest down, reach the hands up towards the sky. And then just nodding yes and no, making sure you're not adding any tension to the neck. If you have that strap or towel, by all means, feel free to use that here. Get a little bit more opening. And you're just going to bend your right knee. Take your left shoulder up towards the sky. Look over the left. Take the right hand and pull the left hand over. And then it's back there, center, same over to the opposite. Bend your left knee, pull that right hand with the left. And then come back through center, release the bind of the arms nice and slow. It's a deep bend in the knees to come all the way up to stand. Palms face forward, just close your eyes, Tadasana. Set an intention for yourself today. And then flutter the eyes open, reach the hands up towards the sky, full inhale. On the exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift and lengthen. Palms to the mat, it's right leg forward, it's left leg back. Take the fingertips, lift them off the mat, palms face into the midline. You're gonna find that core. And then drop the palms to the mat, it's right knee to nose. And then you're gonna tap the knee to the mat, and then knee into the chest. It's knee to the mat, and then knee to the chest. One more time, knee down, and then knee in, hold it round the spine. And then drop the knee down to the mat. Take your left leg, extend it long, right fingertips reach forward. Hold for a breath. And then big inhale, exhale, draw elbow and knee into center. Inhale to reach it, exhale, curl it in. One more time, inhale, reach it long. Exhale, curl it in, hold onto the shin, draw it in towards the chest, and then sweep it out long. Releasing everything down to the mat, you're at tabletop. 3 rounds of cat-cow. We start from the beginning. Inhale as you look up, drop the belly. Exhale, and we round. 2 more times. Inhale, it's up. Exhale, navel in. Last time, full breath. Full exhale and release. Hit that neutral spine, tuck your toes, lifting your knees up to a hover, press back through the ankles. And we lift it high and back, downward facing dog. Same thing, maybe you just pedal a little bit here, bending through the knees, shifting the weight. Continue to press your chest back, and then finding stillness, working your way towards that. Walking all the way to the top of the mat, it's a forward fold. Halfway lift and lengthen, interlace the fingers just as before. Try to get the palms to touch. Now drop your chest down, we stay. Got about 2 more breaths just like this. Try to eliminate adding tension into the neck. And then drop your palms down to the mat. Bend your left leg, left palm down. It's right hand reaching up towards the sky. Right hand nice and high. And then swivel over to the opposite. It's right hand down, left hand up. And then both palms down, deep bend the knees. Come all the way up to stand. It's Tadasana, hands by the sides. Close the eyes, full breath in and full breath out. Floating eyes open, reach the hands up, inhale. On the exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift and lengthen. Palm the mat, left leg is forward, right leg is back. Lifting your fingertips up, try to keep them in towards the midline. And then drop the palms down. It's left knee to nose. You're gonna drop the knee to tap and then curl it in. Left knee taps down and then it draws in. One more time. Draw in and hold it round the spine. Now drop the knee down to the mat. Right leg extends long. Left leg thumb up is forward. Hold here. Take an inhale. On the exhale, elbow meets the knee. Inhale to extend it long. Exhale to curl in. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl in. Option to hold onto the shin, draw in towards your chest. And then reach everything out long. Left palm to the mat. Right leg meets at tabletop. Tuck the toes. We lift, downward facing dog. Taking the right leg, reach it up towards the sky. It's an inhale in. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot in between the hands. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. It's low crescent lunge. Reach the hands up. And then holding on to the left wrist with the right hand. Find some extension now. Hinge it over. Continue to pull with the right hand away, but pull the left hand down and back to work the opposition. And then come back through center, reach the hands up, release the bind. Palms to the mat, straighten up the right leg, toes to the sky, chest folds. And then feel free, move your toes around. You're gonna find some different areas of the hamstring or just work through that stillness. Last few breaths. Bending into the right leg, tuck the back toes, lift the knee, reach your hands back behind you. Interlace the fingers, try to get the palm to touch, keeping that chest at a hover. Right leg stays bent, left leg meets it. It's this chair modified. Sweep the hands up towards the sky. Inhale, we hold. And then fold and release. Halfway lift and lengthen. Palm the mat, step it back. It's a plank. Shift away forward, lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck your toes. Take the right arm, extend it out into a T or into a cactus. We're going to roll and stack our hips. Left palms to the mat, elbows up towards the sky. Last few. And then draw the belly back down to the mat. We just simply switch. Left arm is either out in T. If you want a little bit more, arms in cactus. We stack and we roll. And then come back through, center belly to the mat, palms to the mat, tuck the toes. We lift it back, downward facing dog. Take your left leg, reach it up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot in between the hands. Back knee grounds down. You're back at that low crescent. Reach the hands up towards the sky. And then holding onto the right wrist, find some extension, hinge it over towards the left. Still think about pulling the right hand back as you extend over. And then it's back through center, reach it up. Palms to the mat, straighten out that front leg, toes lift, and we fold, chest rollers. Same thing, maybe you just rotate the hips or move the toes from side to side. You're gonna feel different areas of that hamstring band. And then bending into the left leg, tuck the back toes, lift the knee up, reach your hands back, palms in. Interlace the fingers, try to get the palms to touch. Right leg meets the left, sink it nice and low. Then sweep the hands up towards the sky, chair pose. And then we fold, hands to the mat. Halfway lift, palm the mat, we step it back into a plank. Lowering all the way down to the belly, untuck the toes, it's baby cobra. Lift the chest off the mat, feel the fingertips back. Think about drawing the shoulder blades back, that's the most important part here. And then exhale, release it down. Tuck the toes, it's full engagement of the core to lift your self all the way back, downward facing dog. Taking the right leg, reach it up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to sweep it up. Exhale, knee to nose, hug it in, hold it. Now step the foot in between the hands, you're at high crescent. Just as before, when we were low, you're gonna grab that wrist, hinge it over towards the right this time. And then come back through center. It's warrior two, heel to heel alignment, we open. Peaceful warrior extension back. And then back through center, warrior two to straighten the front leg, reach forward and down, it's triangle. Left hand, reach it up towards the sky, nice and high. And then left hand folds, we turn, wide-legged forward fold. Crown of the head to the middle of the mat. Halfway lift and lengthen, you know where it's going. Bind the hands behind the back. Now drop your chest towards your thighs. And then releasing the bind of the arms, halfway lift. Turn to face the right leg. So front of the room, it's pyramid. Left leg mirrors the shape, chest drops. And then left leg meets the right, we're at chair, Utkatasana. Sweep the hands up high. And then exhale, fold to the mat. Halfway lift, palm the mat, we step it back to a plank. Hold there, breathe and stay. Shift it forward, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, lift the chest up. It's that full vinyasa here. To downward facing dog, high and back. Taking the left leg, reach it up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to extend it up. One more time, knee to nose, hug it in, hold it. Now step the foot in between the hands, high crescent, we rise. Holding on to the right wrist, extend it up and over so you can sink the hips a little lower. And then come back through, and on the in-breath, out-breath draws you to warrior two, we open. Peaceful warrior, extension back, reach it up and over. Warrior two back at center to straighten the front leg, it's triangle. Reach forward first and then down. Opposite hand, that right hand up towards the sky. And then we turn wide-legged forward fold. Crown the head to the middle of the mat. Take the right palm and draw it down. Reach the left hand up towards the sky. So think about where the hand is in relation to the shoulder. Can you draw it open, open, open? One more breath. And then switch it over to the opposite. It's left palm down, it's right palm high. Same thing. Are you shifting the weight into the glutes? Can you bring some weight forward onto the top of the toes? And then drop the palms down to the mat. It's pyramid to the front of the room. Left leg is forward, right leg is forward. Grounding through the left leg, right leg meets it. It's chair, Utkatasana, reach the hands up towards the sky. And then exhale, we fold and release. Halfway lift, palm the mat, step it back. Here's your plank. We continue to add on, shift it forward 2 times. Chaturanga down and up. One more time, chaturanga down, hold it. Roll it through upward facing dog. It's downward facing dog. Taking the right leg, reach it up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to reach it up. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time, inhale to reach. This time tap it, right elbow, right knee. And then reach it up towards the sky. Set the foot in between the hands. We are at warrior one. Back heels down at that angle. Reach the hands up towards the sky. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Find a lift of the chest to the in-breath. Exhale to draw yourself to the inside of your thigh. Reach your hands up. And then rise up. It's warrior two. That full opening, arms open. Peaceful warrior. Reach it down and back. Straighten the front leg, triangle, trikonasana, right hand down, left hand high. Wide-legged forward fold. We've been through all these positions. Halfway lift and lengthen. Listen, right leg it bends. Flex your left toes up towards the sky. Skandasana. If you want to add a bind here, it'd be right arm under, left hand over if you're already ready for that. Otherwise, it's just chest low, getting into that inner thigh. And then we turn to face the front of the room, runner's lunge. Send the back leg forward, it's pyramid, chest to thigh. Back leg comes forward, you're back at that chair, Utkatasana, find the breath in. Hands come to prayer, heart center, twisting over to the right this time. Left elbow hooks. Try to keep the knees square, try to keep the hips nice and low. And then come back there, center, reach the hands up towards the sky. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift, palm the mat, step it back. Shift it forward 2 times, chaturanga down and up. Listen, chaturanga down, all the way up. Right hand down, stack the hips, left hand up towards the sky, side plank. Option to lift that left leg up. Maybe you keep it grounded, but think about the left hip rotating forward rather than back. Draw the left palm to the mat. You're out of plank, hold it. Right knee, you're in, and you're out. Left leg, you're in, and you're out. To the right, and then to the left. Last full set. Extend leg back, shift it forward, Vinyasa. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Hips high and back, downward facing dog. Taking the left leg, reach it up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to reach it high. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time, inhale, reach. You're tapping into that left elbow. Try to keep the foot from sagging, lift it up. And then reach the leg up towards the sky. Step the foot forward, warrior one, we rise. Interlace the fingers behind the back from the lift of the chest. Now we drop the chest down. Front knee stays bent in line with the ankle. Rise up, warrior two, we open. Peaceful warrior, extending back. Come back there, center to straighten the front leg, a triangle. Reach forward, find length. Right hand up towards the sky. Wide-legged forward fold. Pivot the hips back, turn your left toes. Halfway lengthen, skandasana to your left leg. It's the right toes that bend up towards the sky. Left knee bends, right toes lift up. We're gonna hold for a few more breaths. If you want that bind here, it's a great option. Otherwise, you stay. Turning towards your left leg, you turn to face the front of the room. It's runner's lunge. Send the back leg forward, pyramid, chest to thigh. And then right leg meets the left. It's chair, Utkatasana. Hands come to prayer. We're twisting over to the left this time. More than anything, think about the left shoulder rolling open and hips sinking low. Come back there, center, reach the hands up towards the sky. On the exhale, we fold. Halfway lift, palm the mat, step it back. Plank pose. Same as before, shift it forward, chaturanga down and up. Chaturanga down and up. Left palm down, right palm reaches up towards the sky. Same thing, if you want to lift that top leg, by all means go there, otherwise keep it grounded. Right palm travels to the mat. It's left leg in and back. It's right leg in and back. To the left and then to the right. One more full step. To the left and then to the right. Send it back, shift it forward, chaturanga. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Walking all the way to the top of the mat, you're at a forward fold. Deep bend the knees, come all the way up into standing pose. And combine the sides. Find the breath here. Notice what the heart feels like, that sensation. The heart rate's elevated, so you can slow it down for a moment. And then fluttering the eyes open, draw the feet into touch if they weren't already. Reach the hands up towards the sky. It's chair pose with a twist. Hook it over to the right. Option here at this point, maybe you open up the arms, find some expansion. For those of you that want to play a little bit more, it's side crow. So hands will come over to the right side. You're going to stack it as you lift the glutes up and then start to lift the feet up, right? Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't today, but see if you can play with that. Otherwise, we're staying in this twist. Hips nice and If you're in side curl, make your way back to your center. Everyone finds a breath in. Now we twist it over to the left. Same thing. If you want that side curl, maybe it's just expansion of the arms. By all means, take it and go there. One more breath. Come back there, center, reach the hands up towards the sky. Take your elbows, we did this yesterday for those that you were with me. Take them to the top of the thighs. Get your palms to touch. So hips are nice and low back on the diagonal. See if you can sink the hips 1 inch lower, lift the toes, and we breathe and stay. We're gonna hold for 5 more breaths. Yes, 5. If you're not low enough, you're not shaking enough. Last 2. And then release, palms to the mat. Halfway lift and lengthen, send it back into a plank. Shift it forward, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. It's high and back, downward facing dog. Taking the right leg, reach it up towards this guy. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to extend it up. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time, inhale to reach. Knee, right elbow, option to fly or you stay. Otherwise, you're hooking it, try to keep that foot lifted. Reach it up towards this guy. Set the foot in between the hands, back heel down at an angle. It's warrior 2 now. We open. Peaceful warrior. Reach and grab hold of the right wrist, extend it back. Notice the difference there in the engagement. Straighten your front leg, keep leading. Now reach it forward. Imagine holding a C, set ball shape here. Find the diagonal, keep lengthening forward, breathe. And then right palm drops down to the mat. Option to stay extended here or maybe left hand up towards this guy. Wide-legged forward fold, we bend here. Halfway lift and lengthen. You got that Skandasana. Bend your right leg, flex the left toes up towards this guy. Turning for runner's lunge to the front of the mat. Back leg comes forward, you're at pyramid, chest to thigh. Adding on, grounded warrior 3, back leg lifts. Look at the toes, make sure they're pointed down. Once you find your balance, see if you can start to reach your hands back behind you. And then stork, knee to nose, rise. Extend the hands up towards this guy, find that balance point. Taking your hands to the hips, tuck them under. It's a roll back here. Take your left leg, extend it out. No hold. One more breath. Bend your left leg and meet it to the right. We fold. Hands to the mat. Halfway up. Hands down. Send it back to your plank. Shift it forward. Chaturanga down and up. It's chaturanga down and up. One more time. Down and up. It's right palm down. It's left palm high. Option at this point, maybe it's a bind. Holding onto the foot. Could just be here. And take the left palm to the mat. Thread the left leg underneath the arm. It's fallen star. Reach the right hand up towards this guy. And then right palm travels to the mat. Left leg meets the right. It's up vinyasa. You know where we're going. Shift it forward, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. High and back, downward facing dog. Taking the left leg, reach it up towards this guy. It's knee to nose. Inhale to extend. It's knee to nose. One more time. Inhale, reach. It's knee, left elbow. Try to tap it. Maybe you fly. Reach that leg up towards this guy. Set the foot in between the hands. Warrior 2 as we open. Peaceful warrior. Find the hold of the wrist. So grabbing hold of that wrist, extend it back. Yeah, nice bend still through that front knee. So check in with it. Has a tendency to splay inward. Rotate it open. Straighten the front leg, but a little bit more lengthen back. Now it's that triangle C shape of the arms. Reach it forward. Hips are going to want to roll forward. That right hip, pull it back. And left palm travels to the mat. Option, keep the right hand reaching up and over, or maybe it's hand up to the sky. We turn wide-legged forward fold. Halfway lift, Skandasana to the left leg. Flex the right toes up. And then runner's lunge to the front of the mat. Big pivot. Take the back leg and send it forward, pyramid, chest to thigh. Utilizing your props or your dog if it's nearby, take the back leg and lift it up. Grounded warrior 3. When you find that balance, see if you can find that drishti. It's something small to focus on. Reach your arms back. And then the right leg curls in towards the chest. Reach the hands up towards this guy. Taking the hands to the hips. It's a tuck under, so we're not leaning back. Extend the leg out in front of you. One more. And then right leg bends, and then it meets the left. We fold, hands to the mat. Halfway lift, palms down, we send it back to the plank. You know where it's going, it's 3. So back is flat, it's not up here. It's forward, it's chaturanga down and up. It's down and up. One more time, down and up. Left palm down, right palm reaches up towards the sky. She's getting real excited about it. And then right palm travels to the mat. Thread the right leg underneath. It's fallen star. Left hand reaches up. Left palm comes to the mat. Right leg meets the mat. Shift it forward, chaturanga. Upward facing dog to child's pose. Toes come to touch. Knees wide, hips back towards your heels. Finding some breath flow here. If the weight is feeling really heavy into the shoulders, maybe they just come down by the sides. You can sway the head from side to side. And last two. And then pressing the palms to the mat, you're going to come back into a tabletop. Tuck the toes, we lift the hips, downward facing dog. Give yourself a moment here, resettle, replant, and ground. Last full breath. Taking the right leg, reach it up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to extend it high. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time, inhale, reach. You're going to tap into the right elbow, hold it. Now tap it to the left elbow and thread it underneath it. Left hand reaches up towards the sky. Left palm to the mat, it's knee to nose. Step the foot in between the hands. It's traditional peaceful warrior. Just lean it all the way back. Straighten the front leg, triangle. Now here's your bind option. It's right hand under, left hand over. You're gonna have to dip the chest quite low in order to initially get that bind. If that doesn't work for you, it's just right palm down and left palm you're up. And then we turn wide-legged forward fold, release any bind that you have, halfway lift. You're back at that skandasana. You should really be feeling this. If you haven't had the opportunity to take the bind, by all means, go there. Try not to lean the chest too far forward. And then it's runner's lunge to the front of the mat. It's pyramid, send the back leg forward, chest to thigh. Grounded warrior 3 into warrior 3. Reach your hands back, palms face in. And then draw knee to nose, extend the hands up towards the sky. And here's your challenge. Right hand to your hip, peace fingers to big toe, or just hold on to the shin or the knee. If you have peace fingers to big toe, extending the leg out in front of you. Try to keep that shoulder pulling back. Option to stay just like this or start to rotate that left leg out on the diagonal. Right arm is going to extend out in opposition. Otherwise, if that's not available, you're right here. Drawing the leg back in through center, reach the hands up towards the sky. Releasing whatever bind you have, leg is extended, bend it, and we release to the mat. Halfway lift, palm the mat, send it back. All right, you ready? It's 4. Shift it forward, chaturanga, and up. That's 1. Chaturanga, and up. That's 2. That's 3. And that's 4. Right palm down, left palm to the sky. If you took that bind before, try to take it again. Otherwise, maybe leg is out in front of you. It's going to add a little bit more dynamic to the glute. Thread it under, fallen star. Optional bind. Peace fingers to big toe, extending it out, keeping the leg lifted, or ground it down, reach the right hand up. And then right palm travels to the mat, left leg meets it, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Taking the left leg, reach it up towards the sky. It's knee to nose. Inhale to extend it up. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time, inhale to reach. Knee left elbow, and then thread it underneath the right. Left palm down, right hand reaches up towards the sky. Right palm travels down to the mat, it's knee to nose. Step the foot forward, it's peaceful, just that traditional stance. Reach it back. Straighten the front leg, triangle. Reach forward and down. So if you want that bind, it's the left arm that's under, it's the right arm that comes over. Maybe you don't want that bind, right? One more breath. Releasing a bind if you have it, we turn wide-legged forward fold. Halfway lift, bend the left leg, flex the right toes up towards the sky, skandasana. The bind is there if you want it. Runner's lunge to the front of the mat. Send the back leg forward, pyramid, chest to thigh. Grounding through your left leg, right leg lengthens. It's grounded warrior 3 to full warrior 3. And then we travel it up. It's stork, knee to nose. Taking your hand to your hip, you can always use a strap or a towel to wrap it on the bottom of the foot if you do want to extend it out. Otherwise, you could stay just like this. Could be peace fingers to big toe, reaching that leg out. If you'd like to start to rotate out, be mindful of the space around you. So for me, I don't have the space to my right? So I can't go there right now. You could always keep the knee bent and open it. You decide what works best for you. And then everyone draws back in through center, and then release the right leg to meet the left. We fold to the mat. Halfway lift, palms to the mat, send it back into a plank. 4 times, shift it forward to chaturanga. Down and up, it's down and up. That's 2. That's 3, last one. And that's 4. Left palm down, right palm reaches up towards the sky, side plank. Right palm travels to the mat, you're gonna thread that right leg underneath. If you wanna bind, it's peace finger to big toe, extending it out. Try to keep the hips lifting though. Otherwise it could be grounded, left palm high. And then left palm travels down, right foot meets it, shift it forward, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. High and back, downward facing dog. Walking all the way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Deep bend the knees, come all the way up to stand. You're back and up to Tadasana. Inhale in, exhale out. One more. And then fluttering the eyes open, you're gonna keep that right leg as it is. Take your left leg and thread it over. So it's gonna look like this. Right leg is gonna stay where it is. Left leg threads over, and then you drop the chest down. Making sure front knee stays nice and bent. You're gonna feel that IT band. We're just gonna breathe through the space here for a moment. And then grounding through the top leg, so left leg. Left leg stays grounded, it's kundalini. Right foot comes in towards the glute, hands kind of pray at heart center. You're gonna take the right knee, tap it down, and lift it up. Tap it towards the ankle, and then lift it up. One more time, tap it, I'm shaking, you should be too. And then drop it down. Drop the hips all the way down. So left leg is threaded over, reach the hand of that right arm up towards the sky. Reach it around the thigh, and left hand comes behind you, gaze back. And then travel back in at center. Take your palms to the mat, extend your legs out in front of you into that table stance. Reach your hands forward and just breathe. On the exhale, we lean back. You hold it there. Take your hands to prayer at heart center. And now left elbow, right knee, and then we switch. We switch and we switch. Go nice and slow. Last 2. And then we extend everything out, hold it, reach your hands long, breathe, breathe, breathe for 5. That's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees into the chest, drop your head down, bring your feet to the mat, knees to the sky. Make sure you can lightly touch the back of your heels. Ground the palms down, tuck your tailbone under, and then lift your hips up. Just finding that nice bridge here. Option to stay just like this, or where your heels are, place your toes and lift your heels. Get a little bit more height. Actively press the palms down into the mat. And one more breath. Exhale to release. Sway the legs over to the left and then over to the right. It's just side to side. Releasing into the lower back. You're gonna take your legs out to a 3/4 bend. So they're gonna be quite long on the mat. My hips are barely gonna lift off. Flex the toes up towards the sky, and then you're gonna lift the hips. Press the palms down and forward. Press the heels down and back at the same time. So you're pulling in opposite. One more breath. And then release. Just sway the legs. Sway it out from side to side. And then extend the legs out long. You're gonna take your right foot to the floor, knee to the sky. Reach your left hand up and over the ear. You're gonna roll as you stack your hips. Prop that left elbow to the mat. You're gonna reach and grab a hold of that right foot. Press it back. You're getting into the quad here. And then keeping your left arm in the shape that it is, extend your right leg out to meet it. Take your right hand up towards the sky and thread it over as you drop down to the belly. So arms are in an X shape. It could look exactly like this. Maybe the hands come a little bit further apart. Chest rest down. And then lifting the chin off of the arms, unthread so that the palms come to the mat. Elbows are up towards the sky. Take the shoulders, roll them up, back and down, up, back and down. One more time. And you're gonna tuck your toes under, press it up into a plank. And then we're gonna revisit where we were earlier. It's right leg in and back. It's left leg in and back. To the right to the left. One more full set. And then extend it back, hold it, shift it forward, chaturanga to hold for 5. That's 4, 3, 2, roll it through, upward facing dog. And we're high and back, downward facing dog. Walking all the way to what is now the top of the mat, it's a forward fold. 8 bend knees, travel all the way up to stand. It's Tadasana, hands come by the sides. Left leg is gonna stay grounded, right leg threads over. So take your right leg and thread it over the top and drop your chest down. Keeping a nice bend through the front leg, you're gonna get into those IT bands, chest tries to drape down. And then keeping the right leg as it is, palm the mat if needed, you use your block or book. Take your left foot in towards the glute. So it's Kundalini on the right side. Hands can come up and lift to prayer. You're gonna take that left knee, tap it down, now lift it up. Left knee, it taps, and it lifts. One more time, we're shaking, tap it and hold it. And now drop it down. You're gonna find one side's a little easier than the other side. Take your left hand and reach up towards the sky. It's left arm, and it threads around that right leg. Right hand comes behind you, gaze back. And then come back through center with the chest, palm the mat, release the legs out in front of you. Bring the legs to a diamond and the toes are touching. Reach your hands out in front of you. Take a breath in. On the exhale, we lean back, knees tap to close. We lift open. Extend back, tap to close, lift all the way open. Five more. That's 5. I know. That's 4. That's 3. Come on, Bridget. That's 2. Last one. Lift it up. Now just extend it back and hold it. Flutter kick the feet. You swim, swim, swim for 5. That's 4. 3, 2, and 1. Draw the knees into the chest. Let the head drop down. Sway it out. Bring the feet to the mat. Knees to the sky. Make sure you can lightly touch the back of the ankles. We lift the hips up. Knees are not splayed open. They're drawing in hip distance apart. Interlace the fingers. Lift your chest up. Last 2. And then release the bind of the arms. Release the hips down to the mat. Sway the legs just side to side. Let it go. Side to side. And you're going to come back into center. Option for those of you that want full wheel, go there. You know what that looks like in your practice. For everybody else, I'm going to give you a little bit of a different option. You're going to lift your hips up, walk your toes in. We're at that high heel like before. Now take your hands to the ankles, right? You may not be able to hold it completely. You may just be holding the back of the foot, and that's okay. Otherwise, hands to the ankles. Lift your hips up without tucking your chin into your chest. You're going to feel it on the top of the thighs as you pull everything back. Those of you that are in full wheel, see if you can try to hold that there. And now everyone releases it down. Walk your feet out if they were in close to you. Sway the legs. It's side to side. Whatever direction. You're just rinsing that out. And you're going to take your right leg extended out long. The left foot is to the mat, knee to the sky. You're going to prop yourself up like you're a swimsuit model like Chris. You're going to hold it to the top foot and then curl it back towards you. Press it back beyond that bottom leg. And then you're going to release the top leg. Nice and slow. Take your left arm and reach it up towards the sky. And you're going to thread it over the right. Drop your belly to the mat. Walk your arms out in opposite direction. Chest is down. And then lift your chin off the chest. Unravel the arms. So it's palms to the mat, elbows back. Roll the shoulders forward and back. It's forward and back. Last time. And then tuck your toes under. Palms are down. You're going to lift up into your plank. You're going to take your left leg, bring it in and extend. Right leg, it's in and out. To the left and then to the right. One more full set. Nice and slow. Use your lower abdominals. Extend it back. Shift it forward. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Hips back. Downward facing dog. Find your breath. And then we're going to take the right leg and reach it up towards the sky. Bring right knee to right wrist. It's pigeon. Lowering down. Lowering the back knee down. Tense the fingers on the mat. Lift your chest up. And then exhale, we lower the chest down. Option to just allow the palms to stack. head resting on the arms. You got about 4 more full breaths. And slowly try to come back up onto the palms. Right palm is going to come down to the mat. And you're going to take your left foot and draw it in towards the glute. You have the option to grab a hold of the foot here if that suits you. Those that want mermaid, place the foot on the crease of that elbow on the inside forearm. And then take your opposite hand, right hand, reach it up and over, right? This could be for you today. It might not. You might just want to curl that foot in towards you. Maybe it's a little further back, right? Everyone's at a different place. If you have that foot, slowly release it. Everyone drops onto their right glute. Take your left leg and reach it forward. Situate yourself so you're at the middle of the mat. Take your left arm and bring it to the inside of the thigh. Palm faces up. Take the right hand, reach it up towards the sky. Option to reach up and over. Or maybe just allow the head to rest in the hands. Elbows move in opposite direction. You're getting that side body here. And then allow that right elbow to drop down, come back there, center, reach the hands up towards the sky. And on the exhale, drop the chest towards the left leg, we fold. And then coming back up through center, keep the right leg as it is. You're going to stack that left foot to the bottom of the right. So you're in a butterfly shape. Lengthen the chest up, draw the feet in nice and close, and then drop your chest down. It might just be right here, and that's okay. Could be a little bit further. I'll let you decide how far that is today. And without any force, try to drop your shoulders down. Try to relax the face. Just breathe into this posture. And then you're going to slowly come back up. Take the feet to the mat, knees to the sky. Hands come behind you. We took quite a few folds, so we're going to lift the hips up. Grounding through the feet, just lift the hips up towards the sky. And then on the exhale, listen carefully. You're going to lower the hips back through the arms, flex the toes, hips at a hover. Lift the hips up, and then extend it back. That's 2. That's 3. Last one. Extend it back, hold it, keep the hips lifted, and then lift the hips up. Inhale, exhale to drop the hips towards the heels. We're gonna rest back into the top of the shoulders for a moment. So elbows are bent. Make sure the fingers are facing forward. You can sway from side to side or stay in at center. And then start to lift your chest. You're going to take your right ankle and stack it over the left as you peel off the fingertips. Take your right palm on the diagonal, reach your left hand up and over. And then we switch over to the opposite. It's left hand down, right hand up and over. And then come back there, center, reach the hands up towards the sky. On the exhale, roll forward into a tabletop, send the legs back, and we meet at downward facing dog. Those of you that want to take a vinyasa, by all means go there. Otherwise, we pedal it out. Just rinse that out. And then when you're ready, it's pigeon to the left. Left leg lengthens up. You're going to place left knee, left wrist, ground the back leg down, and settle in. You could just be up on your palms, right? That's perfectly fine. If you want to have a little bit further, chest lowers, head drops. It could even be here, right? Find that length of the chest. You got about 4 more full breaths here. Zip your left hip back as much as you can. And then slowly come back up onto the palms. You're going to drop your weight slowly, just slightly to the left, so you can curl the right foot in. Then try to bring yourself back into center. Hold onto the foot. You can optionally grab it and place it to the crease of the arm. Mermaid is a great option here if you want that. Otherwise, it's the If you have that back foot, slowly release it. Drop your left foot glute down, and you're going to extend the right leg forward. Left foot comes to the inside. It's at Janu Sirsasana, but we're going to find some shoulder openings in this space. Take the right elbow to the inside, palm faces up. Left hand, option to reach it up and over, or just maybe allow the head to rest and the hands, elbows move in opposite directions. And then come back up, left elbow drops first. Square it off to the extended right leg. Reach the hands up, and now we fold. Chest lowers. And then come back up through center. Take the bottom of the right foot and place it to the bottom of your left. Walk the legs out here to a 3/4 bend this time, so they're quite far away from you. Option to hold on the ankles, the feet, or the shins. Find some length, and then we fold down. Chest lowers. And then come back up through center. Take your feet to the mat, knees to the sky. Hands come behind you just like before. We find that lift of the hips up. And then you have 5. Take a breath in on the exhale, hips back to a hover, and then lift it up. That's 1. That's 2. Nice little micro bend through the elbows. That's what, 3? That's 4. Last one, lengthen it back, hold it at that hover. Now drop your hips down. It's Sandasana. Find a nice long spine. Reach the hands up towards the sky in the in-breath. Out-breath draws you forward, chest lowers. So making sure that the shoulders are relaxed down. See if you can find some length. I like to sway from side to side, just get a little bit more weight forward, and then drop the chest. And then slowly come back up through center. Take your hands slightly forward. So rather than back at the glutes, take them about halfway to the thigh. Bring your hips to the middle of the mat. Plant your feet down. Reach your hands out in front of you and slowly roll all the way back. Drawing the knees into the chest once you get there. And then take the knees. When you're ready, drop them over towards the left side. Arms out in T or cactus. Gaze over to the right. So you're just getting a little bit of weight out of the lower back, opening up through that space. And then drop the legs back in through center over to the right side this time. Situate the hips at the middle of the mat. Left arm can come out into T or cactus. Gaze out in that direction. And then come back through center. Taking the feet to the floor, knees to the sky, hands come down by the sides. You're going to keep your left leg as it is. Take your right leg extended up towards the sky. Hold on to the back of the right calf and curl it in towards you. You'll flex the toes and you'll point. You'll flex and you'll point. One more time. And just find a nice relaxed shape. Just draw that leg in a little closer. And then keeping the leg extended up, utilize the hamstring. You're going to take your hands down by the sides, palms face down. Ground through your left leg, lift the hips up an inch. Now drop them down to tap. Lift it up, now down to tap. One more time. And then just lift it up and hold it. And you're going to take the hips down, stack that right leg over the left in a curtsy, and then curl the knees into the chest, holding onto the shins or the ankles or the knees. What I see a lot in class is people do either their chin fully up or like this. Try not to do that. Just relax the chin down. Maybe you can't even hold the legs at that point, and that's okay. We want to lengthen the spine rather than compress it. And you're going to unthread the left leg so the left leg drops to the mat, and then hold on to the bottom of the right foot. It's half happy baby. Left hand rests on the hip, encouraging that right leg down. It may be holding onto the ankle at this point, and that's okay. Always remembering you can use any props that you have available. And you're gonna have the option to extend that leg out in the diagonal. Space allows to your right. Otherwise, keep it in. One more breath. And then releasing the right leg to the floor, knee to the sky. Left leg meets it. You're gonna keep the left leg grounded. Reach the right leg up towards the sky. Hold on to the back of the calf, if available, or back of thigh. You just flex and you point. You flex and point. Oh, opposite leg. Right foot to the floor, left leg to the sky. There we go. We flex and point. That's why he's here, guys. It's gonna help me stay true. One more. Find that neutral position, just curl the leg in towards you. And then releasing the hold. Take your palms to the mat. You're gonna make sure you can tap the back of that right ankle and just lift the hips up an inch and then down an inch. It's up and then it's down. One more time. And hold it high. And you're gonna drop the hips and stack the left leg over the right in a curtsy. Make sure the hips tuck under as you curl the legs into you. You can hold onto the shins, the ankles, the feet, wherever you feel this position best. And then release the hold. You're gonna unthread and hold onto the bottom of the left foot or peace fingers to big toe. Maybe you're holding on at that ankle, encourage it down, right hand to your hip. If you would like, you can extend that leg out in the diagonal to your left. Otherwise, you just keep it in. And then release. Taking both knees into the chest. We'll find one full final inversion here. It could be full happy baby, right? Both legs could extend up. I know some of you that are here today have been working on your shoulder stand. By all means, please go there, play with that. I'm gonna stay here in waterfall, hands underneath me for support for my hips, legs lengthen up. We're gonna hold for about 4 more full breaths wherever you are. And then you're gonna slowly start to make your way out, wherever you are. If you're in shoulder stand, start to roll off. Make sure you're not looking from side to side. Happy baby, knees come into the chest. Everyone eventually draws the knees in. And then we're gonna bring our feet to touch knees wide. It's our final posture here. One hand resting on the heart, one hand resting on the belly. Most important part of our practice is that breath. So reconnect with that here. I want you to think about this breath as something that guides you through the rest of the day. When things become stressful, when you read something on the news that makes you a little bit unnerved, can you come back to this? Inhale to the count of 4, pause at the top, exhale to the count of 4, and pause at the bottom. Continue on with that breath cycle over and over. And then taking one more round of breath just like that before coming back to a neutral breath. And then when you're ready, take the palms, allow them to rest down by the sides. Palms face up, accept a little bit more energy for the rest of your day. Extend the legs out long. Finding your rest, finding that moment of stillness. And then very gently start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, just allowing a little bit of movement to start to come back into the body, deepening through the breath. And then take the arms and reach them up overhead. Find that full body stretch, interlace at the fingers. And you're going to draw your weight over onto your side, allowing your head to rest on the arm like a pillow. Draw the knees in slightly. And then pressing into your palms, come up to a seated position. Hands at prayer at heart center, closing the eyes. Taking this last moment here, find gratitude for the ability to come to your mat, to reconnect with the breath, to reconnect with this body, this practice. And then drawing hands to third eye center. The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste, yogis. Awesome job, guys. Thanks for being here today. I hope you